Well, it looks like we're up on Facebook. That's a good thing. We're glad you're here. We're going to gong ourselves in about a minute. Casper's right here. He wants to say hello. There we go. Good morning from North Carolina. Good morning from Boise. There's a Casper boy. Good morning from Palm Desert. Good morning, Loretta from Boise. The beautiful couple is here. All right. We're glad you're here this morning. We're going to gong ourselves in. There it is. It's 8:30. So let's take a breath. We're going to take a big, deep breath. We're going to gong ourselves in. And when we take a breath, let's use it as an opportunity to prepare ourselves for the next good that's entering in our lives. Because if you're expecting a good, if you're anticipating of a good, your eyes are going to be open to see it. And today's a great day to have some good come into your life. Some unexpected good or expected good. Let's take a breath and be ready for the next good to come into our lives. Okay, we're going to take a breath together. Good morning from Hollywood. Good morning, Mark and Kai from Atascadero. All right, big breath in. With that sound, And as that particular tone rings out, we're remembering that each one of us is creating a tone, and that tone is ringing out. Here we go, one more big deep breath in. And now bring that energy up into your heart center. And we're just going to participate in that space. Good morning from South Carolina. Nice to see you this morning. Nice to be seen and to be together as we're multiplying. We're calling each other together to remember who we are, to remember that we came from the light. We are born in the light, as the light, and with the light. And now we're going to magnify that light by means of our thinking, by means of our attitude, by means of our intention. We're going to magnify the light and recognize today, as the psalmist said, is the day the law of life, the Lord has given unto me. The cycle of life has given me this day to rejoice and be glad in it. And that's what I'm going to do, and that's what we're going to do here together. Good morning from North Hollywood. Nice to see you, Elizabeth, this morning. We are glad you're here. So if you saw the poster, thank you, Candace, for helping with the poster. The poster said, playing in the larger field. And this is what I really want to remind us. And I'm going to go through a simple design, a symbol called the descent of spirit into form, to remind us this great nature. And here you might want to repeat this affirmation with me. I'll repeat it once and then we'll repeat it again. And it is I am an immortal spiritual being, superior to my mind, to my body, and to my experience. So we say that again. I am an immortal spiritual being, superior to my mind, to my body, and to my experience. And what we're living with right now, here Casper wants to come up. Hey Daz, nice to see you this morning. Yeah, Casper wants to come up. He says, aren't I part of this? It is coffee with Casper. I got my coffee, I got the Casper. And he just thinks when the camera's rolling or I start talking to the internet, he should come up. Okay, good boy. Get down. All right. So I am an immortal spiritual being, superior to my mind and to my body and to my experience. And what we're dealing with in the human condition, in the human race, is most of the race only thinks that they are their body and their condition. And this is why we draw in this larger awareness of the I am that I am. This is why we talk about the nature of the soul and to begin to live from that soul perspective. So if we were to use this descent of spirit into form, I'm just going to draw a circle. You'll forgive me, my circles are not always perfect, but I've been drawing circles for a long time. Okay, so there's a circle. Doesn't matter how perfect a circle is, but it has no beginning and no end, right? And so the idea of the symbol of a circle is everything is in the circle. So if we say the cosmos or the universe or source or energy and matter, which are equal and interchangeable, is one thing, we see it's one thing. And we're all inside the circle. There is no circumference outside the circle, right? We are all inside the circle. And the circle works in three different ways. And the way we transcend it now, in the Christian interpretation, it was Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. There's three aspects to it. What we would say in modern metaphysics and New Thought is it's spirit, soul, and body. So spirit then would be the upper thing, and if we were to make a space around it, we would say it's way open at the top. So you see how this is way open at the top? So we made what looks like a V. That's the descent of spirit. Spirit is way open at the top, right? And spirit is all through. It's all spirit. But then it manifests itself as this next level in the middle, which we call soul, right? And all of us are one with soul, and each one of us is an individualized expression of that soul. So we see this symbol of two triangles, one facing up, the other facing down, and it symbolizes the individualized soul. That would be you and me. God said, let there be me, and I am, and then I come into body. This last level here is body, right? And this is body, which is not only a physical body, but the body of your affairs. Now here's what's interesting. This spirit is everywhere and unlimited. It's absolutely unlimited. It's immortal good. Its impulsion is love. Spirit and love are simultaneously present everywhere, right? Now then spirit then moves into this nature of soul, which is another word for soul would be mind, and that would be universal mind, that there's only one mind. We're all in it. So you think you have your mind and I have my mind, but what we know is the brain doesn't work without a life force in it. So your mind is not your brain. Your mind is the aspect of your soul that you're consciously aware of and that you're using in your life on a daily basis, right? So spirit, mind, and body, right? And this is also body of affairs. So mind is infinite. Everything that's ever been known, everything that ever could be known, everything that would be known, everything is mind. And these points of the soul, symbolized by the soul, are reaching in every direction in mind to get what we need. And then the soul is directing the body, which is down here. This is my little stick person, right? This is the body down here. And this is the body of affairs. So this is my immortal nature, this is my immortal nature, and this is the finite nature, what Joel Goldsmith called the parentheses in eternity. We are here now, we're now here, we're now nowhere. It's a parentheses, it keeps moving. So this is the one part of us that is drawing from the infinite, but is not infinite in its nature, it's finite in its nature, meaning it came and is coming to pass. Everything is coming and coming to pass. So what we want to be doing is living from here, this soul nature of who and what we are, right? Good morning from Arizona. Good morning from San Clemente. We're all gathering here, right? We want to be living, you and I, from our immortal spiritual nature. I am an immortal spiritual being. I have a mind, I have a body, and I have an experience, but what I am is an immortal spiritual being. And when I begin to live from the awareness that I am born in the image and likeness of the One, that One is revealing itself to me as the glory of love itself in expression, and I, by tuning in through my daily meditations and through my affirmative prayers or my affirmative affirmations or my affirmative way of demanding upon the infinite, I ask and seek and knock that the glory of the I Am is revealed to me, in me, as me, through me, and as my experience. And very often, humans, because they believe in this lower level is what's real, they think what's real for me is success, as I've defined it. Meaning, let me get some stuff, let me get some wealth, let me get some power, let me get some temporal way of proving that I am superior to my condition. But the challenge is with any temporal thing that you get, it's temporary. You don't get to keep anything in the material world, you get to use it for however long your consciousness and that thing match. As you know, several weeks ago here in Southern California, and particularly in the mountains that I live in, there was a flash flood. We were driving home in a normal sort of wet road, rainy day, and all of a sudden the road became a river, And this wonderful car that I'd had for 5 years, which I loved every time I drove it, was working perfectly, and then it got stuck in the rain, and then it stayed in the river overnight, and then just like that, that material thing disappeared. And what is it that has to recreate the material thing is your consciousness, right? So my consciousness had to use insurance and circumstances in the world and all the things down in body to recreate a new car for myself that matched the integrity of the one that I had. But it's not about the stuff, because the stuff is all temporal. What is important is here. I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. Good morning, Liz. Nice to see you. I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. Now, somewhere along the way, you might have believed that as an immortal spiritual being, you picked up bad karma, and that you now are burning off your bad karma in this miserable, limited human experience. But no, you are an immortal spiritual being. You are infinite spirit. You are perfect soul, and you are come into expression as your body. And the more you can get your awareness, which is another way of saying your consciousness, your awareness to tune in to that higher frequency, to tune in to your soul's purpose, to tune into I listen, I hear, I serve, and I follow the I am that I am. The I am knows the way, the life, and the truth, and it is showing me, as we've talked about many times, Meister Eckhart, the 12th century mystic, says the soul has two faces. That upper spiral, that upper part of the triangle is gazing at the glory of God. The lower part of the triangle is directing your senses, saying, hey, I'm up here, listen. So when we talk about playing in the larger field, we're talking about playing in the field that is our immortal spiritual nature. Playing in the love song that is the love song between you and Source, you and that which you are one with, that which is the life force itself, and it is gazing, it is the glory, it has yourself gazing at the glory, and it's asking you to tune in and listen to what the psalmist used to call the still small voice. But because of the amount of light workers on the soul, and that would be you and me, the amount of light workers currently manifest on the planet is a greater amount of light workers than has ever been here before. What does that mean? It means we have come into the realization that there is only one life. That life is the life of Source, God, Self, the I am that I am. And that life is in, as, and through all creation and beyond all creation. And I have never been, and I could never be, separated from that life. And therefore, every soul on the planet is one with the one. As St. Ignatius, the Catholic mystic, said, God loves each of us as if there were only one of us. And what if we were to allow that love, that light, that truth to be the focus of our attention, to be where we put our daily awareness, again, through our spiritual practice, through being aware of my unity with all life, knowing that I am one with the very impulsion of the universe that is love. Therefore, I am one with that which is the glory of God. And that glory is happening in my life today. It's happening in every beat of your heart. It's happening in every cleansing breath, where we take a breath and we awaken to the next good. It happens every time we become conscious of the divinity that is within me, of the beauty of the life force that's operating every cell, every organ, every function of every organ, that's opening my mind to a greater perception of who and what I am, that's causing me to walk with the infinite in tune, because I'm seeking to breathe in the infinite in a new way today. Today is the day that I may look in a new way at the divinity of the selfless I am, of the glory of creation and the Creator which has given itself to me and through me, to open my eyes, to perceive it, to wake up to it, and to bring it into my expression in a new way today. Whoa, this is not just another Tuesday in Coffee with Casper. This is the day. This is the day where my consciousness awakens in a new way. This is the day when I decide to be, like the portrait behind me, some soul who makes a difference in the world by listening to that high self and following what it says. And that way, because I've established intentions, Uh-oh, here we go. We are working on our intentions, right? What are my intentions? My intentions are to bring more light, more love, more truth, more wisdom, more peace into my life, to have it overflow from my life, that it may touch and heal and uplift and bring a greater good into those lives around me. What's our affirmation that Dr. Holmes gave us so many years ago? But we must personalize it. Good and more good is mine. There's no limit to the good that is mine. Why would there be a limit? If infinite good is infinite God, and infinite love is infinite love, and infinite life is the life in me now, why would there be a limit to the good? Good and more good is mine. There's no limit to the good that is mine. Everywhere I look, I see this good. I feel it. It crowds itself against me, and I celebrate it. I say thank you, and I open to myself to it, and then it magnifies itself around me. That means the light shining in you is touching everyone who touches the arena of your experience. The light coming from you is responding to every act of kindness, to every act of compassion, to every act of love, to every act of caring, to every act of giving. It's responding to you because the law doesn't miss a beat. You're one with the law of the circle, the law of mind. That which comes from me returns to me as my experience. And if we don't like what's coming from me, the good news is you can change it. You can change it by going upstairs, by aligning with that which is spirit, by aligning that which is your soul, by then calling that into your being in every area of your life through your intentions. I choose to be radiant, vibrant, dynamic health. And listen, as you're maturing, and some of us have more than 6 decades experience, as you're maturing, you need to remind yourself that you have a right to radiant, vibrant, dynamic self. Sometimes you need to remind organs and cells and muscles and tissues and things that are emerging as sensations in your body. You have to remind your body that you are not subject to time and space because you're an immortal spiritual being. And you came from the light in order to bring the light, in order to fulfill your purpose, your very intention that you and the Most High made, and bring it into the world. I mean, we are so blessed because we have begun to wake up to who we are. And now you have to knock on that door. In health, in wealth, you deserve your good. You deserve to have the substance of energy known as money so that you have freedom to move in the world, that you can help others move in the world, that you can bring good through living your life in health, in wealth, and in love. Love in relationships, love with your family, love with your friends, love for humanity, love, compassion for the misunderstanding of the belief that there is such a thing as us versus them, or that one color is better than another, or one way of being is better than another. For each one is the immortal I am that is loved as if there were only one of us. There is the love that Jesus and the Most High had is the love that you and I can have, but we must seek it. We must ask and seek and knock and bring that love into our experience in a kinetic way. My friend, the beloved Reverend Dr. David Fears, is in another dimension bringing his love. He used to talk about make it kinetic in the world, that you not only dwell in this love, and we spend 20 minutes together talking about this love, but then we bring that love into our experience and we touch those who are in our lives with the highest kind of love, with the deepest conviction for a greater good moving into our lives and therefore into everyone's lives who touches our lives. We become the multiplication factor. To integrate means to make whole. We become the place where we are integrating spirit, soul, and body and waking humanity up to its spiritual magnificence. And the only way you can help humanity wake up to that magnificence is if you wake up to it, and you commit to it, and you move in it, and as it, and with it, and call it forth in your prayers and meditations, in your dreams and your affirmations, that we become the place